never expected to find something so unsettling. It was a normal day when I decided to fix up my basement. I had no idea that this innocent project would lead me to a frightening hidden room hiding beneath the surface. As I started taking off the old panels, I felt a creepy feeling crawl up my back. I couldn't help but feel a mix of anticipation and unease. And then it happened. I broke through to a secret chamber. I had no idea this room even existed before that moment. Feeling the need for support and confirmation, I turned to an online community called Reddit. I shared my eerie discovery, describing the room as hidden in the basement, with strange things hiding in the ceiling. The only way to get inside was through a small square in the wall, carefully covered up with panels a long time ago. Then it hit me. I realized that my house was built way back in 1893. I'd bought it from a man who was really into radios. He had even put up a huge radio tower in the backyard, which now seemed eerie when I thought about it. With curiosity pushing me forward, I explored the secret room further. I found a collection of strange objects. They were old radio gadgets, a vintage electric razor called Schick Colonel, and a poster showing a model from the Rigid brand. But what really gave me chills were the creepy film negatives. They had unsettling pictures on them. To put it simply, it was a shocking and disturbing discovery. The pictures showed women's bottoms in an uncomfortable way, taken without their knowledge or permission. Some photos were taken from far away, as if the photographer was sneaking a peek through a fence. I quickly got rid of those disturbing images, wanting to distance myself from their unsettling nature. However, questions still lingered in my mind. Who took those pictures, and why? What else could be hidden in this house, waiting to be discovered? Online users who read my story were equally shocked and disturbed. They shared their own reactions, expressing disbelief and suggesting that these items might have value to certain individuals with unusual interests. Some even considered how it could have been worse if the discoveries were connected to something sinister, like serial killers. And then there were those who encouraged me to keep searching, finding excitement in the idea of uncovering more hidden rooms. After that, my determination to unravel this mystery grew stronger each day. I never thought that our cozy little home in East Sussex, England would have such a scary secret. It all started when my husband Stephen and I decided to fix up our house. We had no idea that our basement held something much scarier than we could have ever imagined. As we worked on the renovations, we came across a hidden room that we didn't know existed when we bought the house. It was a basement, a secret room hiding right under our feet. But what we found inside sent shivers down our spines. When we entered the room, it looked like something out of a nightmare. The walls had peeling paint and the room was in ruins. There were piles of debris scattered around, evidence of neglect and abandonment. But what caught our attention was an old rusty iron bed frame tucked away in a dark corner, covered in dust. Excited to bring this hidden discovery back to life, we hired an architect to make a detailed plan for renovating the basement. During the process, the architect stumbled upon another secret, the hidden basement door. Strangely though, he didn't mention it, as if trying to protect us from the horrors that might be lurking within. It wasn't until after the architect left that we learned the truth. Carolyn, my wife, revealed we found out about the basement after we bought the house. The real estate agents and we had no idea it was there. It's a small room connected to a tiny toilet, not a place you'd pay much attention to. We thought it would be fun to film our exploration, joking about the cobwebs and spooky atmosphere. She continued, but nothing could have prepared us for finding that old iron bed frame. It sent chills down our spines, making the situation even more strange and unsettling. The presence of a child's bed added to the creepy feeling. Intrigued by this mysterious discovery, Carolyn decided to document our findings and share them on social media. The video caught people's attention, and we soon received answers that took away the fear surrounding the basement's secrets. The current tenant, after watching Carolyn's video, told us that her daughter had used the basement to shoot a horror film for a university project. The bed had been left behind intentionally because the tenant had health issues and was afraid of spiders, making it difficult for her to remove it. The truth was not as scary as we had imagined. We also discovered that the hidden room had been part of the original Victorian house and was used for storing coal. There was an opening outside where coal used to be poured into the basement. It was a relic from the past that had been forgotten over time. As the renovations neared completion, we've made sure that the basement will only be accessible through the hallway. It'll serve a practical purpose, providing access to the pipes in case of emergencies. The hidden room, once a place of nightmares, will become a forgotten memory, hidden beneath the history of our home. I moved into a very old house that was built 130 years ago with my partner, Matt. We had no idea that our new home had some scary secrets waiting for it. It all started when we got a strange letter that was addressed to the person who bought the house. The letter came all the way from Canada and was supposedly written by the last person alive from the Madison family, who used to own the house. According to Courtney, who shared our spooky story on TikTok, the letter started with an introduction from the writer. They claimed to have grown up in the same house and wanted to share information about secret rooms and untold stories related to our new home. We don't know exactly where the house is located, and we haven't found out much about the Madison family yet. But we decided to take our followers on a virtual tour of our Victorian-style home and show them the surprises we discovered. Our adventure began when we found a hidden liquor cabinet above the fireplace in the front parlor. It was cleverly hidden behind a sliding panel with a mirror. We were amazed to find dusty old bottles of French rosé wine from 1970, Cabernet Sauvignon from 1989, and other aged drinks like bourbon, beer, and cream sherry. Excited by this amazing find, we followed the directions in the letter to the next secret room. It was supposed to be in the bathroom, directly across from the wall with the door. With our curious toddler by our side, we entered what Courtney called the scariest room in the house because it looked old and worn out. Unfortunately, the hidden room turned out to be just a small crawl space, not a proper room. Courtney thought there might have been a room there in the past, but now it was just a creepy attic space without anything special. However, our disappointment didn't last long. Courtney discovered a tiny locked door right across from the toilet. When we opened it, we found ourselves in a huge room full of trunks. The size of the room amazed us, and we felt a mix of excitement and unease. Courtney said, "This is a really big space. We'll have to figure out how to use it. But right now, it's fascinating and a little eerie." As we continued exploring our new home, each secret room and hidden compartment made us even more curious and gave us goosebumps. Who knows what other scary secrets are hidden within the walls of our 130-year-old house? Well, only time will tell.